My family roots go back to Las Cruces, New Mexico. I love Las Cruces, New Mexico. I was born and raised here and attended high school, Mayfield High School. I also attended New Mexico State University. The roots of my family are that they're out of 7 children. We have 6 that graduated from New Mexico State University. So I come from a family who's born and raised and very rooted in Las Cruces. My education at NMSU was A+. I think education anywhere is a lot of what you put back into it and how much you want to get out of it. I think the engineering, the business college, the computer science department, the cultural activities, the academic, the sports, I think it was all a great education. It was a great springboard for doing what I do now. I look back at where I've come full circle back home, which is where I wanted to be. I'm the owner of a small business, a wonderful small business, La Posta. I use everything in some form or fashion that I learned at NMSU. From the computer science department, one of the neat things about moving back was we took over a family-owned business. They weren't even automated. One of the thrills I got was the analysis behind analyzing what POS system we were going to use. That was just a lot of fun. My husband wishes I would have paid a little bit more attention to finance and budgeting, but we're still doing great and it's a lot of fun. But I'm using virtually everything that we learned. I think one of the strengths about NMSU, or one of my favorite memories, is the fact that I did 2 co-op jobs. One of them was for Washington, D.C. for the health, education, and welfare. And that was awesome just because I got to experience Washington. And I was right down from the Capitol, experiencing all the museums and also learning what it was like to work for government. The other co-op job I did was with FDIC, which was an assistant bank examiner in Portland, Oregon. And that was an awesome opportunity to really put your education in action. And I think a lot of times many of us don't know exactly what it is we want to do, but getting that on-the-job experience is so critical in figuring out, is this really where I want to be? Is this really the type of job that I want to do, or similar? And so I think that was real important to be able to ascertain that and move forward with my career. We were looking to move back to New Mexico, where my family grew up, where I was born and raised. And it was wonderful because I'm at my 20-year high school reunion at El Patio Cantina, imagine that, and having a good old time. And my husband the next morning goes, "Jerean, I know how we can move back." And I looked at him and I said, "How?" And he goes, "We're going to buy La Posta." And I looked at him and I said, "Honey, you've had one too many beers." And he goes, "No, really." He was in commercial real estate in Dallas, and he looks at it and he goes, "No, we can do this. We're going to buy it, we're going to market it, and we'll be fine." Well, 6 months later, I'm going to every bank in town selling this plan of ours that we're going to buy La Posta, getting turned down by almost every bank in town, until we came to Citizens Bank, who happened to be a personal friend of my parents. And he tried to talk us out of it as well. But the neat thing was, he goes, "Okay." He goes, "If you really want to do this, I will finance it, but you have to get a liquor license." And I said, "Great, we'll do it." So the rest is history, and that has been a great job for us and a great opportunity to move back and be with family and friends and give back to the community. The tradition about La Posta is so strong. 1939 is when we started in this very room with dirt floors, 4 tables. And now we have grown to a large, great restaurant. I think the beauty of La Posta is also in its people. We have people who, like Panchita, 90 years old, who have worked here for 25, 30 years. The people are customers. We have people who started with us in 1939, believe it or not. They have now brought their grandkids and their kids, and it's a tradition. So I think the future is continuing our legacy of excellence and traditions. Being La Posta de Mesilla, famed for Mexican food since 1939, we have a tradition that carries on. We're a family restaurant. I look for people because we are in the people business. I look for people who are happy. who communicate well but are happy with their lives, because you have to be able to serve people and be a part of that. Have a good work ethic. I think that's extremely important no matter what job it is, from the busser to the server to the cooks. You have to show up and be accountable. And so we look for people who have a strong work ethic. I believe that business people definitely need to contribute and give back to their community. I think that La Posta has been extremely successful in that arena. I feel that as I've moved back, because of my roots in this community, I feel a strong need to give back to the community. I've been involved with Jardín de los Niños, which was a daycare and preschool for homeless children. We did some great successful fundraisers for that. I think that's where we've all been given God-given talents, and how we use those for the greater good is very important, and mine happens to be community service, and I love it. The advice that I would give students nearing graduation is make a difference. Be the change that you want to see. I moved back to Las Cruces in 1996. It's a wonderful community. There is always so much that other people can benefit by your actions, by your wisdom, by your sense of community and volunteerism. You get a degree, but that's really the start. How are you as a person communicating with your larger corporate world or your larger community? Give back. The future of the business college, I think, first of all, is in incredibly great hands. I think Dean Carruthers is an awesome person to lead the business college and move us out into doing the great things that we are already doing. Having left Las Cruces in 1979, and I was gone after I graduated, and I was gone till about 1996 when I moved back, I am just so thrilled to see that all of NMSU has done. I think the future of the business college is more enhancement, getting more of the alumni involved in giving back to the university. I think that's always very critical for any business, any academic institution to survive and to thrive, actually. And I think we're thriving very well. I think under the current leadership, we are doing great things, and more things will come. My reaction to being asked to be in the Hall of Fame was I was shocked. I was shocked, I was happy, and then I was very humbled. I think it is an extraordinarily great honor for me. I'm proud of the university, and I'm proud to be in the Hall of Fame.